Well, good evening and welcome to Crimson Cliffs High School. I call it the field house as we've got Region 9 basketball for you tonight here on the Fan Sports Network. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, and we are inside the Coach Walk Classic, Ben, and this has been a fun Thursday and now kind of the nightcap of Friday. We're going to get everybody caught up with all the games in the Coach Walk class, but we got Manti, the Templars, coming in here to the field house to take on the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Both teams come in 2-2 on the young season.
And a little bit of a revenge opportunity for Manti. These two teams met up last year in Manti, and Crimson was able to pull out a real last-second heartbreak for loss for Manti. And so they've certainly got revenge on their mind. Meanwhile, you've got Crimson, who suffered a defeat to Bountiful last night over at Pineview in the first game of the Coach Walk Classic. And they'll certainly be wanting to clean up some things from last night. In particular, Devin, turnovers, offensive rebounds, and containing the three-point line, which, you know, I always like to say these small schools like Manti do a great job of shooting the three-pointer, and I expect nothing different from the Manti team tonight.
Manti really well coached, Ben. Devin Shakespeare does a really good job. This team really gets after it. They play physical, they play fast. What they lack for in size, they make up in speed and intensity. So it'll be really interesting, especially in the first quarter, to see how Crimson, matches up with that intensity that I think Manti is going to bring into this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They moved the ball really well from the game that I watched last year. And, the interesting thing tonight, Dev, is going to be the status of Trevor Taylor, who was out this week with an illness and missed last night's game completely. He was in street clothes on the bench. Be really interesting to see if he's either in the lineup tonight or even starting tonight, as they certainly missed his defense and his leadership as one of those captains for Crimson.
Yeah, what's your guess? Will Trev try to go tonight?
I mean, I saw him on the bench last night, Dev. I got to believe that, he's a competitor. He wants to play senior year. And so I honestly, I don't know. I think it's going to be, interesting. I think that certainly changes the outcome of a game like this, just based on what we saw last night as Coach Murdoch went deep to the bench and tried multiple rotations to try and get something going. Trev's not the biggest guy, but he's a great rebounder and a really good defender. He actually, great anticipation skills, and, certainly one of those guys, the glue guys for the team. Not the best offensively, great in the paint, move him outside of that, and probably not the best guy on the floor to put the basket in, or the hoop in the basket in the hoop, but defensively, he's kind of the guy back there directing traffic.
And I think they missed him last night. I think that was pretty apparent. It looked 100%. Like the most discombobulated we'd seen Crimson. They had some nice wins already in the preseason, and that one was kind of a eye-opener. And, hey, that's what the preseason's for, though. That's why you're playing this tournament. You're playing, 3 games in 3 days, kind of gets you ready for the state tournament. It's not that far away. They've sped the season up. They've shortened the season. Yeah, and these kids are in great shape. They can get out there and play 3 days in a row like it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. And region starts in 2 weeks. Actually, 2 weeks from Wednesday of this week. Crimson squares off, I believe, against Snow Canyon on Wednesday, and then Friday they'll play Cedar 2 weeks from tonight. And, you talk about Trevor Taylor again. In that win over American Heritage, he actually had a last-second offensive rebound tip-in win to pull that victory out for Crimson. And so, yeah, I think you're right. They certainly missed them last night. Another guy that's interesting is Britton Phillips. He's a guy who just came off that state championship for the Crimson football team. I think he practiced one day and then played the next day. He actually played the day after they played the state championship, which you called, you and Paulie and crew up there at Rice Eccles. And so, he was forced into some minutes last night. The game's still coming to him. I think if Trevor would have missed that game a month later, I think Britton would have been acclimated and perfectly fine. I think as a result, they were a little undermanned last night and a little discombobulated, as you said.
Yeah, this is the Sport Court of Southern Utah pregame show. Excited to have Sport Court bringing you basketball coverage, because that's what they do. They put multi-purpose or basketball courts in your backyard. you got young kids, you want to groom them, you want to let them go out in the backyard and shoot hoops, Sport Court is perfect for that. You can go to their design center. They got a beautiful new showroom off Old Highway 91, or you can go to their website, sportcourtofsouthernutah.com, and see what they can do, turn your backyard into a playground. I wish I would have had one of those as a young kid, Ben. That would have been pretty cool, just spending time outside shooting hoops.
We were just on the old concrete pad, a bent rim, lucky to have a backboard that's level. These kids have got a great, and Sport Court does a great job. A number of these great sponsors, they're certainly one of them, and they make it possible for us to really highlight these kids and showcase them on Wednesdays and Friday nights.
Yeah, the games are going to come fast and furious. Yesterday we had a triple header. Today, this is game 3 of another triple header. Earlier today we had the Snow Canyon game. Boy, they got blown out by Westlake by 40. And then we had the Dixie game. And Dixie, without Tyson Forsey, man, I'm impressed with Tyler Walter and J.J. Davey. That Flyer team wins again, a double-digit win, and they're now 5-0. They have not lost on the young season, and they were picked second in the preseason poll behind this Crimson Cliffs Mustang team. But the Flyers, without their star, getting it done collectively, and Coach Roberts went a little bit deeper in the bench.
Yeah, and really, I think it was interesting. I was up there talking to a former teammate, and who was also a Pineview Panther, in the pit last night as they unveiled that beautiful new court and bleacher setup.
It's sweet.
But, they got down, I think it was 6 or 8, and I leaned over and I said, Dixie's going to come back and win this. And, they're missing, you mentioned Tyler Forsey, they're missing, which is the heart and soul of that team, including the scoring. And somehow, Coach Roberts, he just finds a way to win. He makes adjustments. He gets the most out of all of his guys. They know their roles. They do such a good job of executing. And so not surprised at all. And I think that's a team, Dev, we're going to be talking about a lot this season. Even they don't have the household names that they've had the last 2 years. That's a team that really has got a chip on their shoulder this year as they think everyone's overlooking the Flyers.
So the scores today, Westlake 78-43 over Snow Canyon. These score updates brought to you by The Rink. Get over there on a Friday night or Saturday night or through the holidays for some good old-fashioned roller skating fun. SkateTheRink.com. Book your next birthday party as well. So Westlake wins. Desert Hills drops a 4-point loss to Juan Diego, who's playing for the first time ever in the Coach Walk Classic, 67-63. Dixie, again, winning 63-48. Just saw Canyon View shoot the lights out here in the game before this one and win as well. And they've already beat 3 Region 9 teams, and that team looks like maybe a state championship caliber team in 3A this year.
I think for sure. They put a whooping on Cedar. That was surprising. That crosstown rivalry up there is one of the most bitter rivalries that we have in Southern Utah. But, they've got a lot of guys. That's a program that's got a lot of guys, Dev. Cedar's growing, and a lot of that growth has happened on that south side, and so I think that's where they've got a lot of the kids. They got a lot more of the bodies. Cedar used to be this massive school now, and it seems like it's kind of shifted.
Yeah, and that's why Cedar is probably, when the December 19th rolls around, going to go down to 3A in all sports, because a lot of kids have.
And I think I think just the way that city is right now, I think that's probably good. But Cedar, I think Cedar is historically, they're known for being really tough. They find ways to win some games, and they're going to have some youth and inexperience on that team too. But boy, Canyon View, I got a chance to watch the second half of that game tonight. They moved the ball well. I think they're well coached. And they've got a little bit of chip on their shoulder, too. They've got some swagger, for sure.
They do. All right, we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Sport Court of Southern Utah pregame show. Ben will give us some Ever Bowl keys to the game, and then we'll get this party started on a Friday night from the field house as Crimson Cliffs is taking on Manti. Stay with us on your hometown sports source, The Fan.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
It's weird. I don't know. I can
Hey,
see.
we're back. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist. Let's take a look here at our Everbowl keys to the game. Everbowl, they're delicious acai bowls, great smoothies. They're packed with superfoods to fuel your day. Proudly serving the St. George community and proud partner of Region 9 Hoops. Ben, let's talk about some keys tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think first and foremost, we got to limit the turnovers for Crimson. In order for them to be successful, they have to take care of the basketball. That gets them into so many more opportunities on the offensive end. And then you talk about ball movement. Last night, they just didn't move the ball quite as well as they had the first week of the season. They're certainly going to need to find a way to be patient and make sure that they get that ball swinging around and inside as much as possible. And then last, Dev, they're going to have to get out and rebound. We talked about those offensive rebounds killing them last night. They're going to really need to make sure that they box out, hit the glass, and then get out into their transition game, which they have so many great finishers. They've got great passers, and they're able to get out and transition and get some easy baskets.
No question about it. All right, we're going to have a national anthem, so we're going to take another quick time out, but those are your Everbowl keys to the game. When we come back, House of Jump, starting lineup, Boulevard Home presents high school basketball. Manti, Crimson coming up on the Fan Sports Network.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
All right, we're back here at the Fieldhouse. Crimson Cliffs just won a state championship of football. Basketball would like to do the same, trying to get above 500 tonight, looking for their 3rd win of the season. Let's meet the House of Jump starting lineup. House of Jump, you can jump around, jump, dodge, and dunk. Indoor trampoline park, 415 South Dixie Drive. Manti again coached by Devin Shakespeare. The starters, Parker Anderson, he's a senior. Carter Mason, a junior. Stone Mortensen, he's a junior. Number 11, Lincoln Alder, and Taj Hill, both seniors. And this is a Manti team that's always got a really talented group. They're always really well coached, and we'll see what they've got for the Mustangs tonight as Rob Ritchie, the public address announcer for the Mustangs, is about to introduce, of course, second-year head coach Scott Murdoch running the show. And, you know, this is his first head coaching opportunity, so he's still learning on the fly, getting better every day. But this is a team that has 3 starters back from last year, and they had a very successful season last year.
Yeah, great first campaign for Coach Murdoch. Again, I think, you know, he's been a guy that's been around high school basketball for a long time, an assistant on a lot of staffs. He's been with a lot of great coaches. and certainly has got an opportunity this year with 3 returning starters, preseason ranked #1 in the region. A lot of expectations in this. And Dev, the interesting thing already is that Trevor Taylor, who we had a question about, it looks like he is dressed. He was out in the captain's circle with the referees before, but it looks like Britton Phillips will get the starting nod over Trevor tonight. But having him out there, I anticipate that you're going to see him get some minutes tonight. I think we're going to see him probably play here after the first quarter.
All right, let's meet the starters for the Mustangs. It'll be Drake Carroll, number 12. He's a senior, 6-foot guard. J.J. Eaton, senior forward, 6'1". Britton Phillips, you mentioned him, 6'4", junior. McKay Lindquist, a junior, 6'3", and Travis Murdoch, another junior, 6'3". So you can see a lot of juniors make up this roster. And then you look at the bench, we'll see maybe Curtis Reed, we'll see Trey Leroy. Those are also juniors on this team. Trevor Taylor, who we hope to see, is the other senior on this squad. Put 8 minutes on the first quarter clock. Appreciate Bucks Ace Hardware, brand new location, bringing old school Main Street to State Street. Ice cream parlor, all the tools, nuts, bolts, everything you need from Ace Hardware, plus a clothing store and a beautiful gun department. It's about a 45,000 square foot brand new facility out there in Hurricane. Go check it out. And of course, they got the Dino Crossing and the one out in Santa Clara as well.
And I don't know about you, Deb, but I go into that store and I'm not the most handy guy out there, but I go in there and I find myself like, I should do this project. I should do that project. They just got to have such a great selection.
Well, and the thing is always great about Bucks is I can always find somebody to help me when I need to find something quickly.
It's important.
Tip up, and we are underway. Mustangs, they got the white jerseys working right to left on your radio dial. For our radio audience, we are streaming on the Fan Sports Network. They go right down the lane to Britton Phillips, a whistle and a foul, and he'll head to the line for 2. Links are up on the fansportsnetwork.com, or go subscribe on YouTube, so you can watch all of our games on the radio, also on the live stream. So no matter how you're accessing us tonight, thank you. And we're going to paint the picture for you on radio, and you can watch it along you got mobile device, iPad, or you can screen share it to your big screen TV in the comfort of your own home. Britton Phillips, first points of the night. Free throw is up and good from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Again, Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist all night long here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Britton Phillips has that one spin out no good. 1-0 Mustangs. Stone Mortensen, little three-quarter court press, tipped by Britton, but controlled by Manti. Mortensen, cross-court skip, and stolen by Drake Carroll. Lead pass ahead. Phillips was kind of shielding, thinking that somebody else was going to grab that instead of going and getting it himself. And here comes Manti the other way. Cross-court to the corner. Driving a spin, off the window, bank is open, Taj Hill.
And we talked early about in our pregame about the turnovers, and Crimson was able to force the one, but just a little bit of a miscommunication there on the offensive end in transition.
Drake Carroll thought about the 3, drives the baseline, double team, wraparound pass lane is up and good. Beautiful dime by Drake Carroll.
And that, Dev, that really is where Drake is at his very best. He's a great passer, and as a point guard, you like to see your point guard really setting up guys first and then taking those open shots as they come.
And there's a takeaway, 3-2. Lindquist in the front court, rocking the white headband tonight. I dig it. Inside, Murdoch up and in as he gets the and one opportunity.
And again, Dev, we talked in the pregame about this ability to get that ball movement. You see Lindquist passes up that early look, could have been a little spin move there, finds the corners, ball swings, gets the cutter, and they get the and one as a result.
Beautiful, beautiful play. Already a much better start for the Mustangs tonight than last night. And that happens from time to time as Travis Murdoch, who had 16 last night, gets it to go from the stripe. A minute 18 into this game, 6-2 Crimson on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Light it up, Region 9. If we get over 55 points, everybody can go to Yogurland and get that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. We'll keep our eyes on that tonight. Out top is Carter Mason. Kick it over to Dax Anderson. Anderson averaging 21 a game. Kick it straight away. Alder, Lincoln Alder on a drive, working on Phillips. Tried the left hand from the right side, and that won't go. Here comes Drake Carroll into the front court. Carroll kicks to the corner. Murdoch spotting up that net's on fire 3. Won't go this time, but it's knocked out of bounds, and Manti will have it.
And good ball movement there again. I really like what I've seen out of Drake Carroll so far. A couple of looks that he probably could have taken. But again, I think Crimson is much better when he's leading the charge, passing, and then waits to that second and third quarter when things open up for him, because he's a great shooter, especially when he's wide open.
Kick straight away. Dax Anderson, back iron, ricochet strong, offensive rebound, Templars. Anderson tried a Euro step, took a bump, and he'll be fouled.
Couple of early offensive rebounds so far. Again, you want to see him box out and finish plays before you ever get out into transition.
Trying to slide over there, just wasn't set.
Yeah, good call by the officials. Again, they're still getting familiar with the players and getting their sea legs under them.
Anderson again will hoist. No. Rebound though. Taj Hill up. No, that won't go. Alder another offensive rebound.
3 offensive rebounds already.
Hill, spin move, probably changed the pivot foot, but kick it out and I'll reset with Mason. Left wing to Anderson.
And you can see, Dev, Drake Carroll on ball defensively, as I think he's been for 2 or 3 years. Well, 2, sorry, this being the third. One of the best defenders in Region 9.
There's Carroll getting a hand on the ball, got his hand in the cookie jar, and then it was last touched by Dax Anderson, who scowls at the official. And it'll be Mustang basketball.
The difference of opinion.
Yeah. They're going to pick up full court. This is something we saw a little bit last night.
Yeah.
Manti lost to Pineview. And Pineview did have to handle some pressure, but they'll drop back.
Just over 5 minutes. Crimson up 6-2. Dev, looks like we got a good basketball game. Certainly 2 evenly matched teams.
Yeah, Manti having trouble scoring, though. Is inside, beautiful feed, and Travis Murdoch gets it to go. Unselfish post play and a good entry pass. Take another look as we got a takeaway. They'll go the other way. Here comes Drake across the timeline. Drake splits the double team off the window, and no. Rebound out of bounds to Manti.
And again, those aren't bad shots, but you can just see the difference in ball movement when guys are patient. Crimson is so skilled that if they just wait for those 2 and 3 more passes, boy, they do a good job of scoring.
Hill to Anderson. That's Parker Anderson. 2 Andersons on the court wearing number 1 and number 2, and a takeaway. It was Murdoch that came away with it in the corner. Over to Drake Carroll. 4:28 to go. 8-2 Mustangs looking to build on a 6-point lead. J.J. Eaton back over to Murdoch and now to Lindquist. Max going to flip with a left hand to Drake. He's set, he shoots it, and he misses. And rebound Manti.
They've kind of gone away from what got them that little early lead, 8-2, of getting the ball inside. They have a mismatch, even though they're not the biggest team. But guys like Britton and as we see the jumper there by Mr. Carter Mason.
Mm-hmm. And a block, nice hustle, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. But there they go, trying to attack, trying to get some transition points there. A little secondary transition. I don't think Coach Shakespeare sat down yet. He's out there coaching his tail off. Pretty well respected as a really good basketball mind up there in Manti.
And like I said, last year, these two, boy, they went toe-to-toe there.
Got David Cordero Jr. in the Finley studios. Jeff Christensen, our cameraman. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist. Halfway through the first quarter, 8-4 Mustangs as they go to work in the half-court set. Lindquist catch and shoot 3, a little bit short. Rebound, and here come the Templars. Kobe Rasmussen, who just tacked in. Steal by Lindquist, up to Phillips. And a whistle and a foul goes against Kobe Rasmussen.
Let's see that. It looked like he might have got all ball there. I think it looked like it was going to be contact.
Nice steal, though, by Lindquist to start this.
Lindquist gets it right back up. This is where I'd love to see the jump stop, right? You got to gather, let the guy fly by, and lay it in nice and soft with no one around.
Rasmussen didn't complain much, but that looked pretty clean up top at a glance from our angle. Granted, we are up high above half court on the indoor track here at Crimson Cliffs, newest school in Washington County.
Yeah, and Britton, generally a pretty good free throw shooter. He's 2 for 4 on the night. Again, I think this is one of those things, he's just getting his sea legs back from the football season, but we'll see him knock those down more consistently.
All right, got to take a break in the action. Brought to you by Luke Udy American Family Insurance. Be right back. Crimson leading 9-4 on the Fan.
Wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your ticket.
Back to live action here, Manti ball, and they drop it down inside, and a quick travel called against the Templars, and that's turnover number 3 for Manti.
And you press for a couple reasons. To have 1 to speed them up, or 2 to take some time off the clock, and that sped them up outside of their comfort zone for sure.
Kick to Carroll, and he travels. So both teams trading turnovers there.
And I don't know about that one. I know they're trying to call that a little closer these days, but it sure looked like he got set, lifted him, and put it down. I thought that was a good move.
Tonight's game brought to you by Honolulu Grill. Get on over there for good Hawaiian food, like the katsu chicken, as there's a turnover and it goes out of bounds, and Crimson will take advantage. And now 4 turnovers for Manti here in the first half.
And the press really being effective. Again, we saw them really struggle with that second level. First level, they've got the guard pressure, but last night they sure got beat on the second level stuff.
Phillips thought about a 3, puts it on a bounce down the lane, terminates, kicks to Lindquist, little 16-foot baseline jumper, nothing but the bottom for Mack.
And great pass by, again, this is what I'm talking about, by Britton. He could have shot that. Instead, he penetrates, drives, jump stops, finds the open guy on a back cut, and a great shot there by number 24.
Okay, Lindquist making it an 11-4 lead for the Mustangs. 7-point advantage here, 2:33 left. And now we got some substitutions here coming. Checking into the game for the first time, Landon Bogus. And Anderson with it out top. Drop it to Dax Anderson, triple threat position. Kicks it to Bogus. Bogus terminates the dribble, needs some help. Flips it up top to Lincoln Alder. Alder trying to back his way down. Kicks it back out, and nearly a steal by Drake Carroll, and he did. He poked it off the knee, and it's last touch by Manti.
Yeah, and this press and defense has really had an effect on Manti. It's been disruptive. And again, you mentioned it. Sometimes you just have one of those off nights. Last night, it just seemed everything went the opposite of what it was intended to do for Crimson. And tonight, they're executing well. Good ball movement, patience, limiting the turnovers.
Tripled. Murdoch kicks it out to Lindquist. He's got a little room. He's going to knife down the lane, and a block is called. Almost an N1, just left a little short off the front rim. And Mack will head to the free throw line. Take another look. He saw that lane. He turns that corner, and he wanted to attack the rim. Okay, Lindquist leading the team in scoring.
Penetration, kicks back. That whole lane opens up. That's exactly what you want to see.
Hurricane Mountain Crest getting underway tonight. Of course, Pineview's playing over at the pit inside this Coach Walk Classic, and last report it was 14-12 at the end of the first quarter, so a tight one over there. Our updates all night long brought to you by The Rink. SkateTheRink.com to book your kid's next birthday party. 13-4, and a steal by Carroll on the three-quarter court press, all the way to the rack, off the window, and down it goes for Drake.
And great execution. You really can see how disruptive that Britton Phillips is on the top of that press. And it looks like Coach Shakespeare's not happy. He's going to call a timeout and get his guys under control.
Well, Dax Anderson, just kind of a lazy cross-court pass against that press, and Carroll made them pay. We'll take a quick timeout. 15-4 Mustangs on the Fan and the Wilkinson scoreboard.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
And back live here at Crimson Cliffs. And a steal again. J.J. Eaton right to the rack and lays it home. All Crimson here early on. Eaton's first points of the night. And a turnover by the Templars on top of it.
And nothing more frustrating as you see Coach Shakespeare goes to the bench. He signals for someone to replace the guy that threw the turnover. And you call a timeout. You try to get your guys under control. And they come out with 2 straight turnovers. That's frustrating as a coach. And if you're Coach Murdoch, you're thrilled. Everything seems to be working now. You got the press working. You got ball movement led by Drake Carroll. And it's just layup after layup so far.
Inside, good motion there. Murdoch rolling to the hoop, but he couldn't finish. Here comes Manti. Desperately needing a bucket. They are ice cold tonight and been really careless with the basketball. They trail 17-4. You got to give this Mustang credit defensively. And now in a whistle. And that'll stop the clock with 58 seconds left in the first half. The foul's going to be on Britton Phillips.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Britton. And a close call. You know, look, this is what I wish high school players would really understand. And this isn't just Crimson. This is every team. Is the key is keeping your guy in front of you. If you can just keep your guy in front of you.
Oh, incidental contact. Carroll had a breakaway, and he was tripped.
And to me, that's still a foul.
Yeah.
Right? Like, look, incidental, but if your guy's out in front, you got to call that. He trips him up. But again, this whole idea of just keeping your guy in front of you. There's very few guys that can take one dribble, raise up, and hit a shot right in your face at this level. Now, in college, obviously in the pros, that's what they're paid to do. But at this level, as we see another turnover by Manti, keep your guy in front of you, and that's all you should have to do at this level.
7 turnovers here in the first quarter for the Templars.
Yeah, they'll be talking about that at halftime, if not at this at the intermission here between the 2 quarters, as he's just yelling at the guys on the bench saying, get in there and don't turn the ball over.
34 seconds, about a 6-second differential shot in game clock here. Lindquist rising for a 3, no. Offensive rebound, kick it over. Murdoch attacking and scoring.
And a zone out there by Manti. They're mixing up their defense a little bit.
Nice job there as they get a double team. Anderson had fallen down, and now we do have a whistle and a foul on who?
Interesting.
No timeout granted. Jump ball?
Could have easily called a travel there, as you can't roll once you go to the ground. Of course, you can go on the ground and grab it, but you can't roll.
Right. 19
and
to
maybe
14.
A little bit of a mercy there. Is just they've turned it over so many times. I think we might even be 1 shy.
8 now, yeah. Or something like 7, 8. You're the official statistician tonight. Anderson with a crossover, working on Carroll.
And you see how good Carroll is on the ball, Dev.
They slide so fluidly. That shot contested at the horn, and it won't go. 8 minutes are in the books, and how about this start by Crimson, Ben?
Yeah, they've got to be pleased. They've really been able to execute, and be interesting to see if we see Trevor Taylor here in the second quarter. Well, he's certainly he's dressed. He's ready to go.
19-4 Mustangs when we come back on the Wilkins scoreboard after 1 quarter of action on the Fan.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Hey, back live here. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Appreciate Grass Creek Construction. A lot of the projects around town as Southern Utah continues to grow. Grass Creek Construction, behind the scenes, making things happen for our local businessmen and women. One of the leaders in commercial projects in Southern Utah. Thank you, Grass Creek Construction. Ben, not a very stern quarter break there. Coach Murdoch just kind of casually going through the motions. Guys, this is what we got. Now, Coach Shakespeare, he was animated in that first quarter timeout as he's trying to fire his guys up. They're down 19-4.
And as a result of the turnovers, really, Dev, that's been the story of that first quarter. 8 first quarter turnovers. You'd expect that in a first half, maybe, but it looks like he drew a play up right out of the half there, or the quarter. As we see Lincoln Alder get 2 points there. We haven't said that very often, as they've only got 6.
Yeah, beautiful job there. Lindquist gonna hoist a 3. Got it. I don't think he called glass, but who cares? It counts for 3, and 3 is always better than 2.
And sometimes we say it's so bad it's good, and we say that a lot in golf, and in that case, it was so bad it was good.
Mac held to a season-low 9 last night, so you kind of felt like he might get it going tonight. He was leading the team in scoring coming into this game tonight. Has been shooting it really, really well, and that one gives him, what, 6 now on the night?
Looks like he's got 7 so far.
Yep.
2 free throws and the shot there off the glass. I'm sure in his mind he called it. But, you know, it's funny. Sometimes you see it go in like that and you go, okay, maybe I'm feeling it tonight.
Murdoch's got 7 as well. So both those guys getting it done, providing the 14 of the 22 Mustang points.
But I like to see this, right? Like, size it up, get it inside. You have an advantage. A great move there by Murdoch to get the easy basket, right? Drake Carroll could have shot that. McKay could have shot that.
And a block,
as we see a massive
big-time block
there.
Britton Phillips. Here comes Murdoch behind the back. Lost the handle. Mad scramble. And we're going to get a tie-up.
Wow. A little bit of an elbow action there. A little kiss from the elbow on Murdoch there. But that's the one I'm talking about. You got 2 guys in front of you. Back it out. Get the best shot. If you got a guy on your hip, I always say go to the hoop. But if you got guys in front of you, let alone 2, back it out. You've been able to move the ball so well. Be patient, especially like this. You're trying to get some early stuff in the season.
Britton Phillips just got called for a moving screen. That's going to be 2 on Britton, I believe.
And it looks like we're going to see Trevor Taylor here for the first time this week.
Yep.
As Britton will pick up his 2nd there. And Britton's done a great job. Again, I sound like a broken record, but he's only going to get better as he gets his football legs out of his system and develops those basketball legs again.
6:40 and ticking, 24-6 Mustangs, 18-point lead. It's at the largest of the night. Mortensen losing handle, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul, and that one's going to go on Travis Murdoch.
A little bit of an update here. Pineview up 30-20 at the half over Wasatch. We'll continue to update you on games around the region tonight.
Yeah, Panthers, you know they want to go 3-0 in the Coach Walk Classic. Shot contested out of the hand of Hill by Lindquist. Lindquist grabs it, cross-court pass, nearly stolen, but Dax Anderson was standing on the baseline right in front of the Templars bench. 6:26 to go, 24-6. Crimson just cruising right now. Lindquist to inbound. Reed is checking in for the first time, or excuse me, Hokanson is checking in for the first time tonight off the bench for Coach Murdoch, as Travis Murdoch will hoist it straight away. Nets on fire, 3 and nothing but the bottom.
And those are the type of looks you've got to get, because that happens after you make a couple of unselfish plays. As we see an and 1 here for Manti, they come right back with intentions of staying in the game.
27-8, and Carter Mason will head to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Don't forget, folks, biggest sale of the year, 30% off your coupon books now through the end of the year, and you get an extra one free the day you buy those packs of 10. Get all your favorite washes, and every time you go get a wash, you save at the pump 20 cents per gallon of gas at Fabulous Freddy's.
Longtime sponsor of high school sports for sure.
Oh, there's a mistake there by Hokanson. He just threw it too high out of bounds. That's only turnover number 3, I believe, for the Mustangs.
Yeah, number 4.
Is it 4?
They had the offensive screen there.
That's
that
right.
counts as a turnover. But yeah, I mean, when you're looking at 4 to 9 for Manti, I mean, that's double the turnovers will get you.
Ooh, put him on skates, and how about that? Wow, that was a deep Nets on fire 3 for Carter Mason. Take another look. Hokanson lost his balance here, Ben.
Yeah, that's, kids these days, they're going to find that on
Instagram,
on the Fan Sports Network, and they're going to put it on Instagram. And look, this is the beauty of the preseason, is you got Sands Reed in here, you got Will Hokanson. First time tonight this week we've seen Trevor Taylor, who generally starts and is a captain, but these are the moments that you want to mess with some rotations. There's a great pass by Lindquist there.
Alley-oop, Murdoch lays it home.
And he's having a great first half so far. Gotten a lot of great looks as a result of patience by the rest of the team.
Turnaround jumper by Alders. You get another look at that alley-oop right there to Murdoch. And back to live action.
We'll go back to Manti there. Again, these offensive rebounds, this is something certainly for us to watch as the season goes on. They're really going to need to contain those offensive rebounds because those just extra possessions kill you.
Into Mortensen. Mortensen hounded and reach called defensively. And that one's going to go against Reed, who just checked in and checks right into the scorebook with a personal foul. Lob it high, designed inbounds to Mortensen. He gets it to go at the front of the rim with a friendly bounce, and a foul comes. He'll head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, and this is where, as a coaching staff, you wonder, okay, how long can we go with some of the bench guys as the lead is going to be chipped down a little bit as a result of some turnovers and some bad fouls.
And that was Freddie's free throw. Good by Mortensen. 29-15, Crimson leading Manti here on the Fan Sports Network and the Wilkinson scoreboard. 5 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the first half. Hokuson stop, gives it to Lindquist, elbow mid-range J.
And great pass, great penetration. Again, when they get one or two passes, they're so much better.
Take another look. That was an unselfish pass right there to get a better shot for a teammate. That shot was beautiful for Lindquist. At the other end, Manti, can't convert, and it'll be Crimson basketball with 4:49 left to go. My scoreboard keeps moving here for our video audience. There we go.
Wish we could say it was a result of the student section or this intense crowd tonight, but again, this is a preseason tournament.
Games all over town.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lindquist skips it over to Carroll, thought about a volleyball line three, instead goes to Taylor, gets it back, stripped by Anderson for a second, and controlled by Drake. Back to the corner to Trev, inside Eaton, and back to Drake, and tipped out of his hand, no foul, and now they double team and trap, and Manti brings it across the timeline.
Wow.
And man, it's a mad scramble, and Taylor just says, my basketball, takes it away, whips it down to Phillips. It's sloppy right now. Nobody can get a firm grasp on the basketball, Ben.
And I love, this is an old John Wooden quote, of course. It's be quick, but don't hurry.
Everybody was panic mode, it looked like.
It's like, that's what, when Crimson is at their best, they're composed. They move
under
the
control.
Ball. They size them up, chest at the basket. When they get helter-skelter like they were last night, it just kind of unravels a little bit. Again, a couple of opportunities for another steal there, and that is going to be turnover number 10.
Too many for Coach Shakespeare's liking. Tonight's game brought to you by the City of St. George. Your kid's sports career starts at sgcityrec.org. Get signed up for soccer right now and get out and play. Two guard up high. Little man applied here. Lindquist pump fake on the three, drives to the middle. He's been hot on the mid-range J, and that continues. Another beautiful stop and pop for McKay Lindquist.
But like we said, the ball went inside. Great job by J.J. Eaton of getting that inside penetration on a cut. Lindquist patient with the ball fake, gets inside to the paint. You can't get a better look than that if you're number 24. But all set up by the patience of his teammates.
Yep. But McKay right now definitely starting to get in a little rhythm. And I like that he's going to that mid-range game. And now the three should be a little bit easier if he wants to take one, if he gets a good look.
And you can again see how great Drake Carroll is on ball. I don't know. We said this 2 years ago. When he came in the game, nobody would really want to have on ball as he forces another turnover. Go grab that baby with two hands and wait for your teammates.
He's just hounding Carter Mason right now. And now we've got a whistle and a stoppage. It's an official's timeout.
Maybe a shot clock there. It looks like.
Oh, it's stuck on 35. It never started, I don't think. Yeah. It was changing possession there. Carroll had it, then he didn't.
There's been so many turnovers. I don't blame him. It's just so difficult. And I think this is obviously going to be something Coach Shakespeare just lays into his team at halftime and says, guys, this is probably an 8-point ball game if we just take care of the basketball.
Inside left-hand shove shot by Hill. Missed it, got it back, and put it home.
I thought that was great defense by JJ. I like that they didn't call that. I think it's better to let those kind of plays go. But that's just me.
That was actually Alder with that bucket, my mistake. Hill's not in the game. Alder, number 11, with that last 2-point field goal. I said Hill. Inside to Phillips, pump fake, gets to the middle, little leap in, leaner, got the friendly bounce, and down it goes for Britton Phillips. And with 2:36 left here in the first half, it's 35-17, Crimson on top of Manti. Mason, good pass to the corner, 3 is in the air, won't go. Taylor, outlet, ahead, Eaton running free, and off the window and in, right-handed layup. Beautiful leak out, and he finishes from the right side with the right hand.
And you see how disruptive Crimson's defense has been. Although that was a wide open look and looked like a travel, if anything, right there. That's got to be a charge.
And there is a whistle as you see that leak out lay in again.
Okay. It was a travel, and then it was going to be a charge as we see turnover number 11.
Just too many for Coach Shakespeare's liking. They're 2-2 this year. Should be a factor in that 3A South. Although Canyonview looks really good, Richfield is tough.
I think they're the early fit. Richfield, I think, is going to be tough too.
And laying good by Trevor Taylor on a cross-court pass. His first point to the Coach Walk Classic. And his first action in the Coach Walk Classic.
Oh my goodness.
Drake Carroll, the Bulldog, with the takeaway to Lindquist. Mustangs don't have numbers.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Back it out. Right?
Smart.
There's just so much going on there. You get Trevor on the block. He's a great passer out of there.
A beautiful feed, elbow J. No, Taylor tips it, but Carroll reaches in.
I'll take that. If I'm Coach Murdoch, Drake Carroll is so active on the ball. I'll take that any day of the week because of the hustle and the ability to go after that offensive rebound.
These Manti guards are hoping that Drake Carroll is not guarding them every trip down the court. He is playing tenacious defense.
Yeah. Again, he's got such a low center of gravity. He's got smaller feet, which is always easier for a guy to be quick. It's not like, some of these guys that have size 18, it's just hard for them to move around the court with any kind of speed.
Wait a minute, have you fact-checked that?
Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you, hey, if my foot size was 2 feet, 2 sizes smaller, I would have been so much quicker, Dev.
Carter Mason can't connect. One more coming for the Manti guard.
Or you're taller, either one.
I'll take either one. 1:33 to go. Splitting the free throws was Mason. 39-18 our score here at Crimson Cliffs High School. Day 2 of the Coach Walk Classic. Skip Walker, great man. Tournament named after him. Got a lot of fond memories of chats with Coach Walk, talking sports over the years. Oh, and a collision and a hard hit. Both guys went to the deck just going for the ball. Both are up and okay.
And that's going to be on Travis Murdoch. That'll be his second. Be interesting to see what Coach Murdoch does here. Minute 29 left. You let him in there to see what happens. But
one more look.
I think he's talking to the ref saying, well, I think
he's playing defense, but they both want that same round orange basketball. Tough call. And Hill can't make it.
Yeah, he'll go miss that front end, but he'll get another chance. 129, Dev, first half, 39-18. If you're a Crimson fan, you certainly like everything that you're seeing so far compared to last night, which is literally night and day, as Taj gets the second one there.
It's funny. I think anybody that played high school, college, or beyond knows that some nights you're on, some nights you're just off. But usually it's not everybody, but it felt like kind of everybody was a little bit off last night for the Mustangs.
And it's funny, momentum, right? We talk about this a lot. You talk about it in life, you talk about it in sports, but they were 1 or 2 plays away from getting back into the game, and it never worked out for them.
Hokinson over to Eaton. They got a minute 13 here, late in the second quarter. Crimson up by 20. Manti trying to close it out with a little run if they can. Shot clock down to 10. Mack with it, kicks it to Britton. Britton has his dribble instead, kicks it to Mack. Mack's got to go with 5. Mid-range J, got another one. Lindquist is hot from the mid-range area tonight in the field house.
Great steal by Murdoch there. They got a chance here. What will they do with 47 left? I like this, right? You've struggled with turnovers a little bit. You're moving the ball so well.
Flip out.
As I say that on cue. But again, ball movement. Wow. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if that was an offensive foul, but it certainly wasn't a defensive foul.
Yeah, it's going to go on. That's going to be 3 on Britt.
It's going to be 3 on him, and you hate to see it
Did he
come
hook
that
him?
way. I think he might have just gone with the elbows and turned into him, but
I don't know if I caught that replay. I might have caught the last. Yeah, this is the Lindquist jumper, so I didn't get that last one, but a good shot. Previous possession there for the Mustangs. 25 seconds to go. Manti with it. Down by 21. Dax Anderson trying to heat it up. Can't, but a whistle and a loose ball foul.
And, wow. Okay, they're calling that on Manti, and I was like, boy, that'll be number 3 on Travis. Of course, in a 22-point ball game, you don't sweat too much about that, but certainly that would have been a strange way to get one.
The press, 15 seconds, plenty of time to get a good look here to end the half. Lindquist on the Mustang logo, holding, now down to 8. Over to Hokanson with 6. Hokanson on a left-hand dribble, straight away, lobs it high. Got to go with 2. Taylor fade away at the horn. No, tip in, good if it goes. And it just was off the rim, no good. What a first half for the Mustangs, 41-19. They've got the lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Ben and I will bring you the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. We'll get you stats, reaction to this one, some scores from around town and around the country, and second half action after that. It's at the break, 41-19, all Mustangs on your hometown sports source.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Scooters Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooters Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington.
Back here at the Field House, welcome to the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime report. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, glad to be bringing some Friday night hoops, getting you ready for a lot of games on the network, including tomorrow night. How about an in-state battle, Utah Tech at Utah State? That'll be our next broadcast. As Juddy's going to his alma maters, the old stomping grounds for Coach Judkins, who played at Utah State.
There's only one game I'm concerned about tomorrow, and that's the Oregon Ducks squaring off in the Big Ten Championship.
I know.
In Indianapolis against Penn State. That's where my attention will be.
3-point
Who cares
favorites
about anybody else?
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
The former Duck.
I'm kidding.
If I'm going to bring up Juddy, alma mater, you can bring up yours. That's
Juddy,
fair.
forgive me. Of course I care about what's going on over there.
I love it. I love it. I saw an Instagram TikTok something today doing some lip sync battle with Kim Munkers, the Crimson Principal. Everybody go check that out on the Crimson Cliff's official Instagram account. Did you see that today?
We'll post it. We'll make sure we get that
retweeted.
Posted. Maybe a St. George news story on that to highlight some of the local talent the Washington County School District has.
No, Kim Munkers, principal here at Crimson. She always does a great job coming by to say hello to us here at the
sports family over there at the
right.
Munkers household.
That's right. We are live Yeah, we are live, 41-19. Kim thought I was joking around, and I was faking that I'm live. We are live tonight here from the field house. Big lead. Let's talk about it, Ben. Let's run down some of our Scooters Coffee stats in the first half. First, the individual scoring.
Yeah, and speaking of Scooters Coffee, certainly a jolt of energy into this Crimson team as Coach Murdoch's boy Travis leading the way with 14 points on arguably his best game of the season. And then you've got McKay Lindquist with 13. The real story, though, Dev, is I know Drake is saying, man, I didn't get the points that I usually do as the second leading scorer with 15 a game so far through the season.
Right.
But his ball movement, his on-ball defense, and his passing has really set the tone for this Crimson team. I really think that's going to be the thing to watch. As he moves the ball, how he moves the ball is how Crimson's going to go. And then as they key on guys like Murdoch and Lindquist and some of these other guys, Deaton, it's going to set him up in these second halves of the games for his shot to really open up and develop. But if you're Manti, the story for you, of course, is a little bit more of a somber story, and that's the story of turnovers, because they've had way too many turnovers, double-digit. You know, you'd like to have probably 10 to 12 in a game, as these games are only 32 minutes.
Right.
They've already had 12 in just the first half, Dave.
Yeah, and, you know, in a half of basketball, you'll live with 4 or 5, maybe even 6, but 12, double the amount you would normally have on a typical night, probably for this Manti team.
Yeah, and that's the hard part is, you know, if you could have taken care of the ball a little bit better, say you'd had 4 or 5 turnovers, I think you forced Crimson a little bit out of that press. But as a result, you know, when there's a feast, you got to feast. And so Crimson really put the pressure on. And again, this is led by 2 guys. Britton up top in that trap, and then when they get into the half-court sets, it's Drake Carroll on ball, who I think is the best on-ball defender in Region 9.
Here's the shocker for me, Dax Anderson. This kid can light it up. 0 for 6 from the field, no points in the first half.
Yeah, that's unusual. And again, this is almost a little bit of what we saw from Crimson last night, where just unorthodox, uncharacteristic plays, and really you've got people doing things that they normally don't do. And so tonight you have that same story. Dax Anderson scoreless, generally the leading scorer for Manti. And I think, you know, Coach Shakespeare, he's talking in there saying, like, let's take care of the basketball. Let's start in the third quarter. Let's see if we can trim this thing into the fourth quarter by about 8 or 9 points, get it to single digits, and really see if we can make a run there in the fourth quarter on the road.
Dax Anderson, after last night, averaging right at 16.75.
Yeah, almost 17 points a game. I mean, really uncharacteristic. And I think, you know, a shooter's got to shoot.
Yep.
And he'll certainly have to come out. I'd like to probably see a couple of sets run for him, see if you can get him seeing the ball go through the hoop to get him going in the second half.
Carter Mason, though, who came in averaging 14 a game, he's leading the way with the Templars. He's got 9, 4 for Lincoln Alder, and then 3 apiece for Mortensen on an and 1, and Taj Hill on a field goal, and he split a pair of free throws. But really low output for this Manti team, just 19 first half points.
Yeah, and look, you got to give a lot of credit to Crimson here. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that have scored versus 4 for Manti, and so you love to see the scoring distribution there. And that's without, well, Trevor's got 1, but let's see. So you've got 6 of your 8 guys that were on the floor that scored. It goes back to the ball movement. When they move the ball and when they're patient, even in transition when they get those steals, if they'll just catch their composure, they're really hard to guard because they have so much skill. They have so much talent. It's the reason they were picked #1 preseason in the region by the Fan Sports Network and Des News.
Yeah, and the coaches and media combined poll. So that was just not the media. That was the coaches that voted.
Yeah.
So, you know, that they thought Crimson was being really good, too. And they still can be. And this first half, I think, showed what they're capable of. This is the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. Start your day with a hot breakfast. Stop in for fresh-made bread during the holidays, or stop by and enjoy a satisfying lunch. 2 Great Harvest St. George locations. All right, we'll take another quick break. We'll come back, we'll get you some quick scores, and then second half adjustments. At the half, all Mustangs on the Wilkinson scoreboard. They lead Manti 41 to 19.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Today's game is brought to you by Wilkinson's House of Lighting, The Rink, Jersey Mike's, and Coral Canyon Golf Course.
Welcome back, everybody, here at the half, presented by Great Harvest. A couple quick scores from the region. Brought to you by The Rink, skatetherink.com. Perfect for your kid's next birthday party. Timpanogos beat Cedar 59-33 tonight after Cedar yesterday got their first win of the season. Dixie, a 63-48 win over Maple Mountain, a game you heard earlier right here on the Fan. And it was Juan Diego in the Coach Walk Classic, beating Desert Hills 67-63. And let's see, who am I missing? Snow Canyon. Westlake got him pretty good. That was got away from Snow Canyon and lose by over 35 points in that one. They'd lost by 3 and by 6 last couple games, but couldn't hang on in that one. And Canyon View, just before this game, when we came on the air, Canyon View 64-41. They beat Meadows, a team out of Nevada. So those are some. And Hurricane, by the way, did go up and beat Mountain Crest. A final, Tigers on the road lost 79-70 last night, but they win 68-64 tonight. They're playing up there in Cache Valley in that tournament that's at Utah State. Second half, here we go. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Drake Carroll and the Mustangs open the ball up offensively here. Inside, they dump it to Murdoch. Skip it down low. J.J. Eaton. No, it won't go.
But a great pass. Dev, you got to take those, right? Like, this is one of those games where you're getting the ball movement that you want. Those things will start to fall as we see Travis Murdoch pick up his third foul here early. This will be interesting to see how Coach Murdoch handles this. You know, I like the idea of in a game like this letting him play to see if he can kind of play with those fouls.
Yeah.
Certainly it helps when you're up 22.
Yeah, no question about it. You're going to need him to, be smart and later in region games if he does get in any foul trouble, because this is not, like you said earlier, the largest, tallest Crimson Cliffs team.
Yeah, but again, you see how intense Drake Carroll is on the ball.
Mortensen turnaround jumper won't go. Dax Anderson can't save it, and the Mustangs will have it back. Both teams with an opening possession in the second half, and both teams come up empty. Hey, our cameraman Jeff wanted to mention when we're talking about Great Harvest, he gets a fresh cinnamon roll from Great Harvest every single weekday morning.
How can he tell us that when they're closed right now?
And how is he so thin?
Well, I'll tell you, he works out. He's a natural athlete. And we don't track our assists tonight, but because that's usually Uncle Jeff's job. But he's doing camera. He's also in the production truck.
That's right.
And he just drove back from L.A. He played Brentwood Country Club yesterday.
Technical director, among other things.
One of the best, Uncle Jeff.
He looks like he could be on the NFL Network come calling. We might lose him to NFL Network or NBA TNT or something. Lindquist with another bucket. How about that for Mac?
And another great pass. Again, Crimson has so much talent and skill.
And Lindquist with the steal.
And when they move the ball, this is one of those, you asked, do you burn the tape from last night? And I think, after a night like this, a little bit of a late whistle there. After a night like this, you maybe do burn that tape and you show them what they're capable of when they move the basketball like this. So much skill, so much athleticism.
That's the fine line today's athletes. The old school coaches are not necessarily around anymore. The fire and brimstone. You got to do it, Johnny, or your team, you're letting them down. You don't see that as they slam a clipboard and into the third row. Sometimes you got to keep them up, right, instead of getting down on your guys.
Yeah, it's hard, and it changes as the season goes along, right? There's stuff that works early in the season that, you can motivate them a little bit, and as the season goes on, that doesn't work, you try something else.
Free throw won't go. 44-19 our score. Manti, there's Dax Anderson. See if he can get going. No, misfires from the corner. Kick out, loose ball, good hustle by Murdoch, sliding ahead, gets it to Carroll, whips it to Lindquist, and Lindquist is fouled. He'll head to the line.
Great hustle play by Murdoch. I'll tell you, I don't know of anybody else on Crimson that's not afraid to get it on the floor like he is. He tips it up, Carroll makes a great decision, spins around, Lindquist runs the floor, and gets another chance at the free throw line.
And you can see that. They got him on the head, it looked like, from the backside there. So McKay, first free throw from the Fab Freddy's free throw line. Down it goes. He's got 16. That is a game high now for McKay. 45-19. More importantly, this team is pulling away. And Manti might have to burn the tape on this game. Speaking of burning tape, Ben.
And you don't see this very often, but Lindquist gets his own free throw rebound in the corner.
And an extra pass to Drake Carroll. Gets his own miss, and he puts it home.
And Drake Carroll with three, let's see, I'm sorry. He's got 3 points here in the second half.
And that three from the corner goes. Dax, oh no, that's Stone Mortensen, excuse me. I was about to say Dax Anderson. It was Stone Mortensen. 47-22. 5:55 to go here in quarter number 3. And they'll just be patient here. 14 on the shot clock now. Murdoch will spin, shoot, bodies hit the floor, and he's fouled.
Those are the ones that he got the call, but he got 2 guys coming over again. The Crimson, if they can really develop this ability to trust those teammates and make the one more pass. Sometimes teams overpass a little bit. But I think
too unselfish.
Too unselfish. But I really think with them right now, if they can get to that 1 and 2 more passes, it's really going to be beneficial for them.
You can see why everybody likes this team coming back for Coach Murdoch in the preseason polls. We alluded to that earlier. 48 points. We're already closing in on our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert as soon as we get over 55, and that's going to happen tonight. Fans, you win. If you're listening or watching, you can head over to Yogurtland in St. George. Get the Big Score dessert. Buy one. Holbrook will pay for the second one. Just ask for it at checkout. It's absolutely free. Thank you, Holbrook Asphalt. Carter Mason, nothing but the bottom. Dagger 3 from straight away. They need more of that if they're going to try to fight back into this game. Take another look at that one here on the split box. Boom. And, nobody home there. Drake Carroll, turnover. How many? That's only like 6 for the Mustangs.
That's only 6. Yeah, they've done a good job. Actually, I missed the offensive foul.
7. Still, you'll take that in the third quarter. If you're Coach
absolutely.
Murdoch.
Compared to last night when they probably had 20.
And there's a steal by McKay Lindquist, up and under. Beautiful move, and he finishes with the right hand with a kiss off the glass. And at the other end, Alder, and 1 opportunity, he scores, and he'll head to the line. Let's go back to that Lindquist steal. The thievery here just jumps in the passing lane, coast to coast.
Great finish there.
Let the defender run by.
Yeah, good job there. Again, the ball pressure from Carroll really created that, and Lindquist in the right spot at the right time. But watch him, Dev, as he's on ball. For those people watching at home on the Fan Sports Network stream, so good on ball. Could just get those hands up a little bit more. He'd even get more tips.
And one goes, so 3-point play the old-fashioned way, 51-28 now our score, 4:44 left on the Nets on fire, third quarter clock. Inside, beautiful feed, Phillips finishing. Whip pass from Lindquist, and Phillips easy lay-in.
Great pass, great finish.
And a 3 by Carter Mason, no. And here come the Mustangs. Outlet ahead to Lindquist. He's going to race ahead. It's swatted, but he's fouled hard as he slides down the baseline, and he'll head to the line. Let's go back to that play previously, the last trip, and break this down, Ben. This was that, I think if I have it.
There's the foul there. Again, that's that one where you got two guys. That's the one I said in the first half to, I think it was Britt. Come to a jump stop. Let him fly by and lay it up off the glass with ease.
Lindquist, though, swish from the stripe. Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at Red Rock Real Estate. Real estate from raw land to luxury homes already built. You can find it all on their website. Take a look, redrockrealestate.com. They also have their vacation rentals. So if you have family coming to town for the holidays, you need a bigger place to hang out, check out that. And they have their property management. Whip pass inside, reverse blocked by McKay. Beautiful block by Lindquist. He's doing it at both ends. Here he comes into the front court. Starts, stops, spins, kicks out to Eaton. Pass over to the corner. Three in the air, no good. And a rebound by No, that's...
looked like a wrestling match.
Leroy.
With Parker Anderson and Trey Leroy. Great job on the offensive glass. You know, we've talked about them giving up offensive rebounds. This time they went and took a couple of their own. And we can see, you know, Manti certainly turned up the physicality as they're already at 5 fouls with 3:57. Crimson up 54-28.
And that means free throws for the next just almost 4 minutes for the Mustangs on any foul. They will shoot 2. They adopted that before last season, kind of the European EuroLeague model. I kind of like it, though. And how about 1 out of 2 from the free throw line there for Trey Leroy. Here come the Templars, trying to find some consistency offensively. Crossover, Mortensen to the middle. No shot available, kicks out. Now over to Anderson, Parker Anderson down the lane, and might have been tipped by Lindquist. And a good thing there that that back didn't grab it because he might have been standing out of bounds. And gonna be a save attempt that's unsuccessful there by Hill, Taj Hill. And it'll be Crimson basketball here with 3:32 on the third quarter clock. Tonight's game presented by the Boulevard. For over 50 years, make your house more like home. Go check out all the great buys they've got if you want some new furniture for the holidays or appliances. Inside to Carroll on a curl, whips it over to Eaton, who lays it up and in.
Great basket cut. And again, look, he doesn't have the points that he usually scores, but I'll tell you what, the guy I'm most impressed with tonight is Drake Carroll's passing, and his defense has led the way so far. And this is, again, another offensive rebound. Again, it's hard because, you know, you don't have as much time to teach this. There's so much AAU basketball that you don't get to teach the fundamentals like you once did, but find a guy, box him out, and then release to the basketball.
Anderson tries to spin, loses his footing, nearly a back steal. Carroll, hand in the cookie jar again, knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, again, if I was watching this as an opposing team, I would say let's get the ball away from Carroll because he is so good on ball.
And it doesn't matter who he's guarding. And a block. But Manti gets it, puts it up, but it won't go. Ball tipped around, controlled by the Templars. Blocked from the backside again, this time by Eaton.
And offensive rebounding. Again, you can get away with it, right, against some teams, but this will come back to haunt you.
Ooh, that was maybe the body, because it would look pretty clean up top. Almost out of bounds and saved off of Trey Leroy, and it'll still be Templar basketball.
You see Trevor Taylor back on the court. Yep, T squared. Trey Leroy, Easton back, Drake Carroll, and McKay Lindquist. And boy, this is just a volleyball lob to anybody that's at home. Trey Leroy goes up, great finish. You like to see that. And again, who got him the ball, Dev?
Drake Carroll.
Drake Carroll.
Take another look, Drake Carroll. Defense, right there, the steal. Here comes Drake. Boom, the pass right down to the trailing playmaker, Trey Leroy. His real name is actually, if I'm not mistaken, Dan.
It's his dad's name, Dan, so we should probably give a little bit of credit to that, but his friends call him Trey.
Okay, all right. Hasn't hit a
but
Trey
Dan's
tonight.
a good
Let's
guy.
see if he gets one.
Dan's a good guy. He's wearing a nice little muscle shirt over there in the crowd tonight, a great beard.
Should we start calling him Junior? Junior Leroy?
Junior? Yeah, we should ask about that.
Ben Lindquist, Devin Dixon here. at the field house, third quarter action. We do have Junior back in the studio, man in the command center at the Findlay Studios. Jeff Christensen on the camera tonight, running the truck, the replay, the camera. What can't he do? Lindquist with the steal. Here comes McKay. And turned to bring it out, and there was a trailing Templar, and he takes it away.
And you're caught in no man's land. You either need to push the ball or you need to back it out. You can't get stuck in the middle of that.
Well, I think he was trying to back it out, but he backed right into the trailer. And Lindquist grabs the rebound, leads it to Taylor. Taylor to be fouled.
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I mean, either get the ball up the court or back it out. Great pass up there. Trev Taylor gives him the hand saying thank you. Again, I'm going to coach this right here, Dev. Grab it, jump stop. Let the guy fly by and lay it up. Do a little Karl Malone. Put the hand up. Pose as you go up.
Like a young Jeff Christensen for the UTSA Roadrunners. 2:04 to go in the third. The truck is going to mute my mic if I'm not careful, Ben. Taylor at the line. And the second free throw, too strong. Rebounded by Mortensen, he wanted that. He wanted that basketball, whipping those elbows, make sure nobody was reaching in for that one. Man-to-man defense applied. Manti wearing the red uniforms, all whites with the red numbers for the Mustangs tonight. Crossover, pull up mid-range J, and that won't fall. Offensive rebound leaking. Alder, and Alder scores it. 1:33 to go, 61-30, a 31-point advantage. Manti has not gotten many easy buckets like they got just a moment ago. Now open three, Hokanson lets it fly, and it rattles out, but right there.
A great kind of pass rebound by Lindquist. Really impressed there, and I think Trey wants that one back.
Yeah, should have had that one. And Taylor trying to get it from the backside, almost a steal. Now they whip it inside. Back out, corner pocket, Nets on fire. Three, bottoms up for Lincoln Alder.
Again, yeah.
He's got a quick 5, and he's got, let's see, 8, 9, 12 on the night for Alder. Lindquist sizing up a 3, looks good. It is nothing but the bottom, and Nets on fire 3 for McKay Lindquist. Take another look at that one here on the split box. As another takeaway by Leroy. He's going to come down the floor, now a spin out, kick it to Hokanson.
Shot clock turned off, probably want to get one shot here. We'll look to see what Coach Murdoch wants here. Obviously, he'll take anything open. Trev's going to try it. Lindquist is most likely going to let that fly.
And that was a little heat check 3. Leroy bats it right to a teammate, but blocked away. Another opportunity. That won't go. Lindquist puts it in. Boy, Lindquist could be heading for a career high, Ben. How many is that for McKay tonight?
Oh, I can't add that quick, Deb, but let's see. 15, 17, 19, 22, 23, 24. 24 through 3.
Batching his number on his jersey.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. But look, you got to obviously take advantage of the opportunities, but he's been set up really well by his teammates. That one is just a hustle play. I'll give him all the credit in the world for that.
Yeah.
But his teammates have really looked for him tonight. He's made the open shot, shooting a high percentage, and certainly must have something to do with that headband.
I wasn't rocking that last night, was he?
No, I would say wear the headband.
Every night, McKay Lindquist with a game-high 24. Mustangs leading, doubling up Manti, 66-33. We'll be back for the fourth quarter on the Fan.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
See all of our great sponsors bringing you the game. Thank you so much. People like Down East Outlets. Get over there for big holiday savings on furniture, and they're going back to the roots. They got a bunch of women's boutique clothing now available over there. Take your wife over there, get her something nice at Down East Outlets. Start of the fourth quarter. Manti kicks to the baseline. Good look, but Alder, who's kind of got it going a little bit there to end the third quarter, misfires. In the corner, 3 by Leroy, no. And rebound, Hokanson. Back, Hokanson, Taylor, Leroy, and Murdoch on the court right now as Dax Anderson finally scores with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. A guy that averages 17 a night. And an offensive foul called on the Mustangs. And even with a couple offensive foul calls, they still are in single digits in turnovers, Ben.
Yeah, that's going to get them to 9 right there. Back-to-back turnovers, the turnover there by Back, and then the offensive foul on Taylor. That gets them to 9. A little Kareem scoopity scoop hook there. And that's going to be number 12. That's Taj Hill. He's been pretty solid tonight.
Yeah, it didn't start last night, I don't think, but
that's his 8th point. And when you've only got 37, that's a couple of turnovers here. Look, this is where in one of these games you want to get these guys some minutes and maybe let them play through some of those mistakes. But certainly one of those things where you don't want to finish poorly. You want to keep the momentum that you've had all game. As a missed opportunity there by Manti.
Yeah, but you want to give some guys a little run, and Trevor Taylor's going to go run into the lane and left-hand lane with a soft touch, and he scores it.
Great passing. Way to find the cutter. I always say basket cut will set you free.
Trevor looks fresh, even though he's been sick. He looks active.
Yeah, he does. He looks good. And he'll dive on the floor for just any reason.
And Taylor all the way to the rack.
I love it. It's hard to get kids, it's hard to teach them to actually dive on the floor for a loose ball. He's not looking for any reason. He sees that ball go down. I don't know if it's a dribble, a pass, a loose ball. He's on the floor.
You can see Taylor was going to break it down, but the foul came right there. And so they wave off that bucket. 68-37. Crimson cruising right now. 6:12 left in the ballgame. Coming up, we'll have the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Hand out our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. Is a beautiful turnaround, Jay. Nothing but the bottom.
And Dev, you see the impact that Trevor has. He's just a little more composed. He's got great on defense. He gets into the paint, and tonight, although he gives a little bit of a hip check there, but tonight, he's done pretty good considering he hasn't practiced for a couple of days. That's going to be his 7th point of the night.
Yeah, you like that.
And certainly they missed him last night.
But he seems, more fluid, more mature, more under control than last year. He played a lot this summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And he's a guy that, he's a senior. He's been on varsity since he was a freshman.
Right. Good point. Kind of what you'd expect.
He's a captain. I mean, look, all of these things you miss if he's not on the floor.
Hill with the 3 finds the range. Taj Hill starting to get things going a little bit, but probably too little too late. Lead is still 30. Crimson
right now
in
he's
control.
Their leading scorer.
And a takeaway. Here comes Alder. Alder, Euro step. Taylor with the block party in Alder Street. And here comes Murdoch up and under, off the window, and down it goes. The block at one end and beautiful finish at the other. And again, can't compliment the offense without the defense.
Absolutely. And it's one of the keys we talked about was that ability to rebound, in that case a block and a rebound. As we see Carter Mason fires up a 3. That's his 3rd on the night. But you got to be able to get that rebound and then get out and run. And nobody really does it as good as Crimson, I think.
Cross court. Whip to Taylor at the free throw line, down to the corner. Hokanson with it, back to Taylor. Taylor attacking the middle. Little English and off the window, scoop-de-doop, and Trevor Taylor scores.
The scoop-de-doop. I like it. And that's going to be his 9th. I'm sorry. No, that's 6, 8, 9. 9 points on the night for him and a couple of blocks, a couple of rebounds.
Yeah, starting to fill up the box sheet. Hokinson tries a jump pass. It's blocked and stolen. 4:16 to go. To the middle of the court. Turn around Jay Alder. And Alder with the left hand. Crimson up 74-45. And again, big score dessert presented by Holbrook Asphalt. Going on right now tonight till they close at the St. George Yogurtland. Buy one, and Holbrook will pay for the second one. It's absolutely free. Just ask for it at checkout. Nearly a steal, but that'll leave an open three for Carter Mason, who makes the gamble pay.
And he's got 4 threes on the night. He's their leading scorer now with 14, 16. He's got 18 points for the Templars. 4
more than his season average. We got a timeout on the floor brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. We'll be right back for the finish here. Crimson leading 74-48.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Jump, Udy and Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Huey Lewis in the news playing here in the timeout at the field house.
Music's been real good. Of course, we got a former radio guy over there, Rob.
That's true. Just, of course, he was playing like the hits. That's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, you can tell a radio DJ when you buy his music at a game for sure.
Phillips starts the scoring back up out of the timeout. Good little leap and leaner.
Look, he had 8 first-half points. He's now up to 12. It looks like Parker Anderson's going to go to the foul line here with a chance to add 2 to, must be Dax's brother, right? Dax and Parker Anderson. They're number 1 and 2. I'm assuming that Parker must be the first brother. Maybe they're twins, actually.
Both seniors.
Yeah, maybe they're twins.
Brothers
and he was
or cousins.
born 1 and he was born 2.
Yeah. First free throw, no good. Second one, though, through. So they split the free throws. 3:10 left in the ball game. 76-49, all Mustangs. They have never trailed, scored first, ran out to a 17-4 lead, and haven't really looked back.
And they'll jump out into a little bit of a zone here, trying to get something going. Again, this is going to be a team that's going to compete in their level. Certainly a little overmatched tonight, but they're trying to get something going positive to take with them into their game tomorrow.
Well, they were really pesky last night in that Pineview game. Pineview got them, but it was close. They got to shoot. Shot clock at 1 and missed the rim, so it'll be a shot clock violation on the Mustangs.
And look, this is basically, with the exception of Britton, who started tonight in place of Trevor Taylor, this is the JV team here. And, these guys have played a lot together, but you want to see them get the ball into the paint. That's where they got some height with Trey, got certainly some athleticism with Easton and guys like Sands.
That's the one question mark. Dixie's got some size. Pineview's got some size, especially with Brock Harris coming out.
He looked good. He actually had a couple of nice blocks and rebounds and passes it pretty good. I think he's, by the end of the season, of course, he's going to miss some games for some recruiting visits.
Yeah, but after that second signing period, that whole month of February, if they can have him, and he's peaking. He could be a factor in the postseason by then. Yeah, he hasn't played basketball. He's just a junior. You could have him for 2 years if he keeps playing.
I forgot about that. He is a junior.
Yeah. Inbound here with 2:09 to go. Hurricane's got some size. Cedar's pretty small. Snow Canyon's pretty small. And that shot up and in. Open shot, pretty big body for the Thunder down in the paint. Just kind of sizing up some of the bigs in Region 9. I think it's going to be a faster tempo region, though. I think we're going to see a lot of, up and down the floor. A lot of teams trying to score a lot of points to win some games. And I think the scoring will come down defensively once we get to Region 2.
Yeah, and I think Hurricane is really going to be the team that you're going to see a big difference from last year in their winless campaign. I think, they're going to surprise some people.
I agree.
I think we talked about it last night. Snow Canyon is certainly going to play hard every single night, but they're missing some guys. And then, of course, you got teams like Dixie, who's got a chip on their shoulder. You got Desert Hills, who has a lot of experience coming back. And then Crimson, preseason pick number 1. Cedar, I think, has got some young faces. They don't return a lot of minutes. And so it's going to be an interesting season. I can't wait to see who. We talked about it on our media day. It could be a 4 or 5 loss first place team this year.
And the way the schedule plays out, you get hot, you win 3 in a row, the way the games come at you fast. There's some teams playing like 3 games in 4 nights that are region games.
Yeah.
You can make a rise.
Pineview plays 4 in like 7 nights.
Yeah, you can really rise up the standings.
Including, as we see Trey Leroy there with a nice little square jumper. Pineview plays a Saturday morning region game at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's all the only slot they could find. Yeah.
That's a first. I've never heard of that.
Parker Anderson, charge. Good take by Trey Leroy.
I like that Trey stepped in there, was patient, gave up his body for the charge there.
Trey's got 6 tonight, I think.
8.
6. I put 2 down.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah,
okay, all right.
on that last one.
Where's Uncle Jeff when you need him? Oh, he's running the camera. He does everything.
1 minute, approaching 1 minute left to go. Dump down to Leroy, kick out to the corner. And then wide open Trey. Now he's got 8. Shouldn't have scribbled it out, Ben. You knew it was coming. And lay-in won't go for the Templars. Hill, spin move, too strong, out of bounds. Clock stops 40 seconds. So coming up, we'll hand out some awards.
Manti certainly has not let off the gas. They are hustling, diving on the floor. They're doing everything. Tell me about the awards, though.
We got 3 of them. Jersey Mike Sub of the Game. And we'll pick our Play of the Game, brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, and the Finley Star of the Game. All coming up in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Final 30 seconds. Phillips holding. Kicks it to Hokinson. Blocked away. Here comes Manti. Racing across the timeline. It's Bogus. Bogus over. And it's Barton. Barton kicks it down to Thomas, who just checked in. A lot of they pulled all the starters off, so you got a whole new lineup in there. But Bogus is the only guy that got minutes prior to this final 13.2 as they triggered it in under their own basket. Lob it high. And outside, now on the wing. Step back, fake the 3, give and go. Tipped and stolen. Here comes Leroy. Leroy into the front court. He'll just hold. 2 and 1. Mustangs go to 3 and 2 on the season. There's the horn. They win it tonight, 80-51. Largest win of the season for the Mustangs. They win by 29
29.
Or 29 points. 30.
Felt like 39.
I know. It's late. It's been a long couple days.
You've been doing a lot of
Walk
games
Classic,
lately. Yeah,
baby.
we give you a pass on that, Jeff.
My Royal City math coming out. Where's Uncle Jeff when you need him? Oh, there he is. He's over there running the camera. Post-game show. We'll fire it up. We'll straighten it out. We'll add up all the stats. We'll hand out some awards when we come back. Again, the final, a 29-point win, 80-51 for your Crimson Cliffs Mustangs right here on the Fan Sports Network and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com as well as KSLSports.com. If you tune in late, you want to go back and watch it up on our YouTube page. It's instant downloadability on the Fan Sports Network. Back in a flash.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back 9 Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
Hey, we're back here at Crimson Cliffs. Everybody enjoying a win 80-51 as we officially clean it all up and welcome you in to the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Dr. Cody and staff, see why they're number one with your kids' dental needs. The exam, the x-rays, the cleaning. For new patients, always one low price, just $99 to Southern Utah Johnson Pediatric Dentistry locations. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, let's put a bow on this one as the Mustangs looked really good. Again, we stressed it during the broadcast, Ben, but what a night and day difference it was from yesterday. A disappointing loss where they were sluggish and turned the ball over a lot. Tonight, they forced a ton of turnovers. They shoot a high percentage, and they ran past Manti by a score of 80-51.
A 29 point as we figured that out.
I was trying to add more to him. I don't think Coach Murdoch will mind.
For us to figure out the math. It's been a busy few days for Devin and the Fan Sports Network crew. But, yeah, you know, we talked about in the pregame about the offensive rebounding, about taking care of the basketball. And that third key was ball movement, and you can't deny it. They moved the ball as good as they've moved it all season. And, look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double figures for Crimson. A lot of guys got in the game. 7 guys get a chance to score. The interesting stat for me is Drake Carroll with 5. Of course, he's the second leading scorer with 15 on the season. But this is one of those things that I wish kids could understand, that his impact on the court was so much more than his points tonight. Defensively on ball, he was an absolute animal and created so many of those turnovers, which was really the problem for Manti that entire first half. And then his passing, his patience on the offensive end, he didn't force a single shot. And you know, what I would tell a kid like that is, look, you scored 5 tonight, but your impact on the game was
45 probably.
45.
Yeah.
And look, he's gonna get his shots. We've seen him. When he gets a wide open shot, he is an above 50% shooter and really good at that wide open jump shot, and really good at finishing around the basket. He's got a great little jumper, a good little turnaround. They post him up a lot. But only 5 points tonight. Usually you would see that and you'd be like, oh my gosh, well, what was the score? Did Crimson lose by 6? But in this case, he was the difference maker for that ball movement key that we talked about.
Yeah, and if you were given a defensive star of the game,
oh, absolutely,
Drake Carroll, 100%.
Absolutely.
You could still make a case that he's your Finley Subaru star of the game, although McKay Lindquist was sensational tonight. I think he missed 3 shots tonight. He scores 24 points, just 3 points shy of his career high. The junior was clicking on all cylinders tonight, and he had some nice rebounds and had a couple blocks. I mean, he was probably close to 5 blocks and 6 or 7 rebounds in this game. He did a great job tonight. So defensively, I would give the award to Drake, but offensively, I think your star of the game tonight, presented by Finley Subaru, McKay Lindquist. But the supporting staff was there too tonight, Ben. Murdoch with 18. He had 16 last night. He's been really consistent in the scoring column. Britton Phillips is raw and as fresh as he is. You keep alluding to the fact the football season just ended 2 weeks ago with a state championship run, and he's scoring 12 in this game tonight.
And only going to get better. He had some foul trouble.
And with Trevor Taylor sick this week, he's really got a lot of playing time, which is going to help him progress and shake off that football legs a little bit sooner rather than later.
I think by the time region hits, this is really going to be a team that goes probably 7 deep on a consistent basis. I just think this year that's how they're built a little bit. Kind of we talked about Dixie being similar last year, where they really, if 7 guys got on the floor, that was something special. Usually they even kept a 6-man rotation. This Crimson team, I think they could really go 7. In some cases, depending on foul trouble, they could go 8 deep. But 7 deep, I think, is going to be their magic number to really kind of just gel and come together and get some rotations figured out by region.
Well, and what I've seen from Desert Hills and Dixie, just a couple samples of those, that's about what they are, 7-8, you know.
Well, these games are so short.
Can go a little bit deeper, but I'm sure Coach Pat will trim that up a little bit once we get to region play as well.
But you have to see some of these other guys on the floor, right? Because you're gonna need them. When I say, well, you only go 7 deep, what I mean by that is in your regular rotation. Now, your regular rotation goes out the window when you get guys in foul trouble and things like that. You have to have guys ready to come in at that 8, 9 spot. You need them, and so that's what these games are so critical for. And certainly, Coach Murdoch saw a lot tonight that he has to like.
Jersey Mike, sub of the game. He's a captain. He's a senior. But Trevor Taylor came off the bench tonight. 9 points, bunch of boards, blocked a couple shots.
Yeah.
Trey Leroy also 8 points. Did some nice things. Got some extended minutes tonight. Plenty of love to go around. I go with those 2 guys. We know Trev's going to be a starter most of the year, so I want to give a shout-out to Leroy as well, because he'll be coming off the bench. He'll be that 7th, 8th guy.
He's a junior. That's a guy that he's only going to get better. He's probably got another growth spurt in him. They also have guys like Easton Back and Sands Reed, Will Hokinson. These are all guys. This team next year is going to have a lot of senior leadership returning for the 2025 Crimson team.
They're not thinking about that yet, though, right now. 3-2 on the season, thanks to Jersey Mike's. Get up Mike's way, a sub above the rest. One more award, our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. Didn't have a House of Jump dunk tonight, did we?
No, I think with the tallest guy at 6'4", I think we were looking. We saw one in the game before, so
Yeah. But it was a block shot and an outlet racing ahead. I thought the defense led the offense. I think it was Trevor that blocked the shot, lead pass to Drake. Drake, an extra pass over to Britton Phillips for the lay-in. It was kind of earlier on in the second quarter, but that's when Crimson was really running away. The game was never close. Go back to that defensive play leading to offense as your Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. It's easier than you think to buy direct and buy and save at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Again, next broadcast for us live on the Fan Sports Network tomorrow night. Rod will have the call 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock tip as Utah Tech takes on the Utah State Aggies up in the Spectrum. And then no Denver Broncos football. They're on a bye this week, so we'll get back.
How about my former Duck, Bo Nix, potential offensive rookie of the year.
Leading candidate for the I think he's just slightly ahead of Jaden Daniels the last 3 weeks with what he's done.
Come on, go Ducks.
Yeah, he was trailing through 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah. Ducks basketball undefeated.
Undefeated,
beat Alabama
ranked number
the other
10
night.
in the AP poll.
Oregon Ducks tomorrow, Big Ten champion. How about them just coming right in basketball, beating USC?
I love it.
First Big Ten win ever. And then the football team, obviously, in the championship. And they're going to be in the playoffs, win or lose that game. They're 3-point favorites. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. We've had a lot of blast bringing you these games. There are games tomorrow in the Coach Walk Classic. We just won't be having any of them live on the simulcast. But games over at Pineview. Check the schedule. Go to Des News and find a game if you want to get out and watch some hoops. We'll be on the air with more high school basketball next week. You guys have a great weekend. Happy holidays, and thanks for watching and listening. Final thoughts, Ben?
Look, it's Coach Walk Classics, one of my very favorite weekends of high school basketball. I got a chance to coach with Coach Walker for 1 year at Pineview. I've got some incredible stories of that guy. One of my favorite guys of all time.
Yeah, he was one of the best. And, of course, one of my favorite things every year, right before the holidays, calling some basketball, watching these local kids get out and compete. Crimson wins it tonight, 80-51. You've got a lot of scores still coming in, but pretty good day for Region 9. Dixie winning today, as well as Hurricane up in Cache Valley with a big win. So about 500, I think 3-3 today for our Region 9 teams. So they're still trying to get better every single night, every single practice. And it's going to be, like you said earlier, a really exciting season with a lot of parity. For Ben Lindquist, Devin Dixon, for everybody watching and listening, this has been the Boulevard Homes coverage of high school hoops exclusively on the Fan Sports Network. Have a great weekend, everybody.